guys, welcome here. Today I'm gonna I'm gonna teach you how to. Yo, chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out. I'm gonna teach you guys how to rotate like three different ways: the normal one comp way, the camera comp way, and the overshoot way too. First of all, you wanna get your clips and your effects like so. I'm gonna pre-comp them like that. Once you pre-comp it, you wanna add two nulls on top of the pre-comp. Then you want to start adding your position and your rotation and your scale. You want to keyframe it one frame before the next clip. You want to do that to every single clip. On the first null and on the second null also. You want to ECE all of them. You want to highlight all of them. F9. Then for like if you want to zoom in as your first transition and then zoom in again. You just want to zoom in your first scale on your first null. You want to make that like 250. Highlight the other one, the other keyframe. Go to your graph panel. Make a graph like so. Maybe a little bit tighter. Then on top of your second null, if you want to zoom in at the end, you put 250 on the last keyframe, like so. Go to the graph panel, make your graph. Maybe a little tighter, sharper. Maybe you want to make the end graph tighter. So once you get the scales down, you just want to like rotate now. Go to the first null, make it like 17, 20, whatever you want. Then go to the last null. Last keyframe. Make it like 15, 14, whatever you want. Go to the graph panel. And for this, you want to make like a Twixtor type of graph. Something like that. Put this in quarter. Make maybe the value a bit lower. Position it. You can add position if you want to. I want to add a position on this. To your second null. Position it to whatever you want to. Make a graph. Like so. If you want to add Twitch, first clip. I usually do like a 5-frame Twitch. That. Go in your effects and presets. Look up Twitch. Choose your values on it. I want to go maybe kind of like a hard light shake. I'll go 50-50. You know, go to enable light and slide. If you want to add RGB, you can go to operator controls, slide, and mess with the slide RGB split. But I don't want to add RGB for this edit. You keyframe your amount, put it like on the last keyframe. On the last frame. F9 it, add a graph, any type of graph you want. I think I like that. If you want to, on assuming, you can add a pinch. That's what I'm gonna do. For a pinch, you're gonna do like 6 frames. 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to warp. 0 here. Keyframe it. You want to work your warp style as fisheye. Go to the last like frame of the clip. You don't want to put it right here. You're going to put it in the last frame. Make it like whatever you want. I want to do -80. F9 it. Do a graph, like a simple graph, not like a sharp, loosened graph. Like something like this. Can't forget the directional blur. 3 frames to the left, like when you zoom in. 1, 2, 3. And I do 5 on the in whenever you want to zoom in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can use Sapphire directional blur or VCC, but I just do the regular one. For the last frame of the zoom in, right here, you want to add maybe 250. 0 here. So basically, it's gonna be 1, 2 frames here. F9 it, no graph on this. Here, I'm gonna do 800. Put it all the way in the back. Put a tight graph, like so. Add your twitch on your next clip. And your pinch. Okay. So for when you want to zoom in and then out, for a value I usually like recommend 75. And then on your last keyframe, maybe like 137, 135. Do a graph. Maybe loosen it a little bit. Then you want to zoom out. Go 70. Sharp graph. I think that looks good. So when you want to rotate, you're gonna use like a U graph type of thing graph. You want to highlight both of the rotation keyframes. Then you want to enter your graph panel right here, your AE graph panel, graph editor. So as you can see, this ends at 10. So you want to rotate positive 10. Move up your graphs like this, like so. Make this is what indicates what your value is. So you just want to make it like 10. Looks like the scale barely zooms out, so you can maybe add it to like 60. Sharp graph. Maybe fix it a little bit more. Looser graph. Okay. So when you wanna like that, it looks like that. If you wanna zoom out, you wanna make your first graph, your first keyframe 250. Then you can keep the last one as 100. Go in your graph panel, editor, or flow, whatever you have, and make like a loose graph. A bit tighter. Bit more. like that. Then on your second null, make it 80. You don't want to zoom out that much. Go on your graph panel, editor. Make it like kinda sharp, not that much though. Actually, I'll make it sharp. Oh. Like that. Then if you want to rotate the other way, you can just make this U-graph go down, adjust it. Maybe make the end graph a little bit more looser. Bit looser. Like that. You can add your twitch and your pinch at the end. And this is how this way looks like. Let it pre-render quick. Shouldn't take that long. Okay, I let it pre-render. This is how it looked like with CC and stuff on. This is just one way out of the 3 ways I'm gonna show you of how to rotate. I personally don't use this method of rotation, but this is one way you can do it. The other way I'm gonna teach you guys is camera. I sometimes do this way, sometimes don't. Set this back up. So for this, you just wanna go to your layer, new, camera. Just click OK. Okay. You want to enable 3D, this little 3D little cube thing on your pre-comp. And then on your camera, you can add like 2 nulls top. Basically, what this do, it connects like the camera with the null so you can move it. I feel like this way is smoother than the other way that I just taught you. Smoother scales. You want to just use C rotation. So keyframe C rotation, get rid of the other rotations in orientation, and C position. Okay, once you're done with setting up your keyframe placement, you want to, like the other part, you want to highlight all of them. Oh, if it lets me highlight all of them. And F9 them. The camera way, the values are like backwards. So if you think about like the other way, but like reverse like values, it's the same thing, just reverse values. For this, I guess I'll recommend 40 to your graph. Make your graph. I think that looks good. Then if you want to zoom in again, like the other edit, go back to 40. Okay. If you want to rotate, you can do the same way as the other time, but like I said, the rotations are backwards, so you want to go plus and then to negative. Okay. Position, it's also backwards. Every value on this is backwards. Thing. Autograph. Okay, that looks weird. Sharp the graph. With directional blur, probably look different. Thus, for zoom in, it's backwards. Go 130. And then like 75. Go to your graph editor, make a graph, like so. Oh, did it backwards. Oops. For camera, I feel like you need to like zoom out more than usual. So zoom out like 175 with a very tight graph. So did it backwards again. Oops. That. Same way to rotate, just like the other part. I like to do it like this. The little U graph going on. Maybe I want to zoom out less, 165. The looser graph. Forgot to add the motion blur. Maybe add directional blur on the zoom out here. To zoom out, you can do 30, 33, 30, 30 something. You know, add a keyframe here. Do a loose graph too. I'm gonna zoom out not that much, maybe 135. Sharp graph, not so sharp. Maybe sharper. Make this looser. Zoom out last like 130. 8. Tight graph. I forgot to enable every single adjustment layer. Take a bet. There we go. You can also add directional blur. Same way like the other time. To add another rotation, just go like that. Do the little U-graph rotation. Like so. And this is how it would look like. And this is how the camera way looks like. That's my second favorite way to rotate. This next other way, it's the overshoot way, like the U-graphs type of graphs that we were doing with the rotations. This is probably the best way to rotate. It's all preference, to be honest. You wanna this time add your keyframes from the pre-comp. Keyframe like we did it with the other ways. Like so. F9 them. Oh, F9. So there's two ways to this U-graph way. I'm just gonna show you my way, but I can still show you the other way. For assuming, you just wanna go to, highlight your scale keyframes. Take these squares all the way up to whatever value you want. I want to go to 250. If I can. I don't do it this way, but some people do. 250. Make it up here. Pull down your little sticks down. Like so. I'm not a big fan of this way, but this is one way you can do it. But the way that I'm going to teach you is different than this. Not by a lot, but it's different. So like just like the other styles, just pick your value, whatever value you want. I'm gonna go with 250. Go to your graph editor, make your graph. And then you want to add a null on top of the pre-comp. Make it the size of the clip. Like that. Do this little swirly thing. Link it to the null. Put one keyframe there, and then one keyframe at the end of the clip before it goes to the other one, and then one in the other one. For this keyframe, it's just so it adds motion blur. So you wanna easy ease. Last keyframe will be 250 as well. Then select your graph. Tighter. Maybe a bit looser. Okay. Then the same way as every single style, you do your rotation. Put the Twixtor graph. Like so. Add your position. Put your graph. Fix it. Add your directional blur. Your twitch. position. Then this is a tricky part here. Not so tricky. Before the scale, if you want to zoom in like the other styles we were doing, you want to highlight both of these. Go on this. Just lift this up. Just play with the sticks till it looks good. Maybe higher. Like so. Throughout the position here, I forgot to add it on every single style. A little position here. Like so. Add your graph. Do your rotation the same as the other styles with the U graph as well, or overshoot. Okay, now this is the tricky part. Whenever you want to zoom out, you're going to use like a twister type of graph. So let's do like 245 as the value. Then you want to highlight the other one. For this type of graph, I like to use the flow graph. So you want to put this like over here somewhere, this stick over here somewhere around here, and then this stick something like that. This is the way to zoom out. You don't zoom out less than 100. You just keep it at 100. Or you can change it, the values. You want to add your twitch and your pinch. That. Same way as every other style. Go like this. Same type of U graph. Like that. Now, this is how it looks like pre-rendered with CC. Probably the best attempt. And yeah, this would be all for the 3 ways of how to A and B like Sandros. If you guys want another tutorial for anything, let me know in the comments.